You are looking at the entrance to the Old Town here in Genoa, Italy. And it is a Monday morning, and while most people are finding their way to work, I am finding my way into the Old Town of Genoa on my way to Lake Como. And I thought I would do a walkthrough of the Old Town and just bring you along. From what I understand, I think that the Old Town is one of the largest old towns in Europe. I could be mistaken, but I believe that's what my friend Amadeo told me. So I've been here once before, but several years ago, and I don't recall doing a video as I walk through. And the buildings are quite tall and the streets rather narrow. But it's going to be I don't know what to expect, to be quite honest with you, but I thought, why not do a simple walkthrough? As I've been walking along, I've seen all types of shops ranging from Bangladesh to Pakistan to Morocco to Indian to in fact there have been several shops that have been of African origin as well. So it's siesta time right now here in Italy. It's a Monday morning at about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and a lot of these shops are actually going to be closed, but nonetheless it'll still give you an idea as to what it's like to be walking the streets here in Genoa Old Town. I found my way down to what I'm told is the main street, and it may be a Monday morning, but there's no shortage of people walking about here. And Amadeo and Edit, my tour guides, have been telling me that the buildings here are just really, really beautiful. Show a nice view looking up. So as I often do, I just kind of walk through and give you a feel for what it would be like to be here yourself. A lot of people look at my camera apparatus and they're not really sure what to make of it. Amadeo and Edit right there.
You want to see a very nice church?
Nice church?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, in the left.
So Amadeo is telling me there's a really nice church here on the left.
Oh, it's closed.
It's closed.
It's closed.
But that would be a really beautiful church, huh?
Yes, very big and very beautiful.
And old, I'm sure.
Very old. Vado a vedere davanti se è aperto. No.
Okay.
It's closed.
All right, so we'll continue on our
Io che non tendevo l'arco.
tour of the Old Town. See people from all over the place here. See a lot of people from Africa. Many UNESCO buildings?
Yes.
I don't know very much about UNESCO. What is that? United Nations? Do you know? Is it United Nations? UN? UNESCO? Alright, so we'll stop the video here and pick it up here in just a little bit. We found our way to a opening from the narrow street and into a little square. And interestingly enough, just about everything is closed or closed for siesta. This one. What newspaper were they handing out? It's socialist or something?
Communist.
Communist? That was a communist newspaper? Matteo was telling me that while in America we have a somewhat clear separation of political ideologies with conservative and liberals, Republicans, and this is what? Do we get a cafe? A cave?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get an espresso. Yes? I will invite. So when you're in Italy, a lot of times we'll have one of these for breakfast, a crema. And this is a famous. So we're going to get espresso, yes? This is authentic, genuine Italiano espresso.
The real espresso.
This is the real. This is the real thing. Yes?
Yes, it is.
And you want to be a YouTube star?
Yes, I already am a YouTube star.
Oh,
yes,
she's a
I do,
YouTube
because I am a
star.
singer.
Okay.
So, no?
Fantastic. So this is a famous bar. They call this a bar.
This is Cafeteria. We make just coffee.
You make just
You can
coffee.
make just coffee here.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
1 century of coffee.
So here we go. Oh, and look
Here
at
you
that.
are.
Fantastic.
Ciao ragazze. 2 caffettini.
And you have a little water first. You see, they give you a little water with some ice. And some sweetener. Yes.
Grazie. Prego.
Oh, fantastic. Very hot. Bravo. Okay, so having an espresso. My morning espresso. Ciao. Oh, that's very, very good. Very, very good. All right, with the espresso in our system here, it's back out onto the streets of the old market. And you know, I'm curious, Amadeo, in Italy, so that is we just went into a very traditional bar. You call that a bar?
Bar.
It's not called the cafe. It's not called the
Cafeteria.
It's not called a cafe. It's called a bar. And is it common? Do Italians they go in there all time of the day and the night and they just have an espresso and they
Yes.
just very fast, because we were
Yes. Very fast.
we were in and out of there in two or 3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. You drink your coffee and you go away.
You drink the coffee and you go on with your tour, whatever it is you're doing. And I got to tell you, that coffee was absolutely fantastic. So I believe Amadeo was telling me, is it correct? This is the largest old town in Europe? One of the largest old towns in Europe. I am actually catching a train this afternoon from Genova, and most Americans know this as Genoa, and you call it the Italians it's Genova. Genova. But in English it's Genoa.
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 Without V.
Without the V. Interesting. We're going to go left. And Christopher Columbus is from Genova. You can see this old building here dividing the two streets. Where? Edit is telling me that there's a very nice cafeteria right here. 1828. Look at this. 1828. This old cafeteria. I'll stick my camera inside and take a look. Oh, look at this place. Very, very nice. You come in here and have a nice coffee. Beautiful. Monday, everything is closed? Maybe it's just the siesta. The fish market? Okay. Amadeo says we're on our way to the fish market. And I can smell the fish.
Niente, allora, magari, allora, quando puoi venire?
Tutti i giorni al sole.
All right, so we came to a little opening in the street that is the fish market. And normally you would find fish here, but apparently they're out fishing. It's Monday. And you know, as Amadeo was just pointing out, is a lot of people would be walking along. They don't take the time to look up. And fortunate for myself, I've got Amadeo here. And Amadeo said that I should look up. And if you actually look up, look at what you see. You see these beautiful old buildings here that are, I think he was saying 1,000 years old. So when you take the time and look up, you can see some pretty nice things. And the camera doesn't always want to cooperate with me, but you can see nonetheless. Some nice buildings here, and then I pan it around. There's some more nice buildings. So on with the tour of Old Town. Just around the corner, we find this little narrow street, Via della Maddalena, and Amadeo was asking me if I know who that is, and I said, well, I'm not quite sure, and he said Mary Matalin, you know, the famous biblical individual, Mary Matalin, the some would say the wife of Jesus, if you want to say, or a good friend of Jesus. But this is I don't know if this church is, there's a church just down the short alleyway. And look at it, I'll just take a moment and show you the facade of the church. And unlike some of the other churches that we've been to, somebody closing up shop. Is somebody, I'm not sure if this is Mary Matalin. It is the Mary Matalin Church. So let's go on inside and take a look. It would appear that the lights are on. Spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Look at that. We've come to one of the major cathedrals, if not the major cathedral in Genova, and this is Cathedral St Lorenzo, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful building. As you can see the front of it, and a lot of people just hanging out. I was actually here several years ago and spent some time trying to get some wonderful pictures with these lions that are on the left and right of the cathedral here. But just look at the building. The archways are just spectacular. Look at that. Show you the lion here. Beautiful. You know, as I continue the walk along, Amadeo shared a very interesting aspect of Genoa and Italy, if you will, and that is that oftentimes when you think of Italy, you think of pizza, but more famous or more popular in Genoa is the focaccia bread. And focaccia bread is more popular than pizza here. And it is considered to be the best focaccia in all of Italy. So maybe we'll have some of that for lunch.